you doing all right? That battle was quite tiring. Let's rest here for a while.
It's a lot tougher fighting under the water.
I feel okay.
The Executor adapts really quickly. I remember the first time Annie fought a battle underwater.
Is it very difficult?
She always likes to show off and wants to fight to the end, even though her mechanical body isn't built for underwater combat. After that, we asked the researchers at Inars to make some adjustments and upgrades to her, which resolved these issues. Maybe she's better than me at dealing with underwater enemies now.
Gray space entities around here seem to have become much more active than the last time I came here.
Yes. The population of gray space entities looks to be expanding, which is why the Mook Squad has been stationed here. But we alone are not enough to resist the growing threat. I informed Archon Alric about Vera's current situation. Asperia will send more executors to support them in the future. We must stop them before they create an even bigger crisis.
Let's get moving. We need to fix the communications with Meroria so that we can report on the changes at the bottom of the sea to Archon Larson.
We're about to enter even deeper waters. If you feel uncomfortable, please let me know right away.
I seem to be feeling normal.
Warning. An unknown individual has entered Inners.
Requesting identification.
Identity verification successful. Welcome back to Inners, Miss Lynn.
This is an artificial current generator. We can use it to get to Inners more quickly.
Who are these droids?
These patrol droids are responsible for collecting dynamic water sample data for the area. They also collect Marsoid ore from the caves.
Marsoid ore? I feel like I've seen that before.
Yes, Marsoid ore can be found widely throughout the Grand Sea. It is one of the primary energy sources for Inners. However, it does create some interference with communication signals, so we should leave here. Inners is just up ahead. Compared with the small settlement built during the early stages of construction, the modern Inners has already fully taken shape and is continuing to develop. The surface environment on Vera isn't conducive to urban construction and development, and Meroria can only hold so many people. Inners has more development potential than Meroria, and resources are more abundant deep in the ocean. Perhaps Inners will be the better place to live in the future.
Building an underwater city. It's hard to imagine.
A lot of people thought the Second City project was a pipe dream at first. However, this impossible plan became a reality once a waterproof force field was developed and implemented.
Madam Lin? I'm Lieutenant Roy, and I'm here to welcome everyone. Madam Fiona is waiting for everyone's arrival in the council chamber.
Sorry for keeping you waiting.
Never mind. Please go in. Don't keep Madam Fiona waiting.
This is Inners. The residential area is spread out along the edges. Even though it can't hold as many people as Meroria, at least it doesn't feel as colorless.
The management and development of an underwater city certainly can't be easy.
Inners can't match Meroria in scale, but the burden on the Archon is no less than that of Meroria. The position went to Archon Fiona once Archon Larson became Archon of Meroria. Don't worry, she's easy to get along with.
Madam Fiona, this is a patrol report compiled by Mr. Lucius. Please take a look at it. The inspection route of patrol droids has been adjusted this week. I've marked several key areas that need special attention.
How considerate. Thank you. Why is he still dealing with the routine tasks of the security force? He should have rested and recuperated at home as prescribed.
Resting at home could do nothing but make me more sick. The best treatment is to keep working, so said Mr. Lucius.
He's so stubborn. You and Roy could help support him, but don't overdo yourselves.
Okay, I'll make proper arrangements. I'll take my leave then.
It's been a while, Lynn. Do you have good news for me?
I'm afraid you'll be disappointed. The loss of contact was caused by the Gray Space Entity attack on Outpost 10. It'll take some time to restore communications between the two places. Archon Larson is already working on it. He sent us here to take a look, as he was very concerned about the situation of Inners. How is it?
Things aren't going well. Gray Space entities have launched attacks on many of our important facilities recently, and we are wading through the aftermath. The Gray Space entities in the tunnel have been temporarily suppressed. The communication system and long-range space rifts are under repair. As for the other things, I still haven't received the relevant reports.
Until the communication device and space rift are fixed, we'll be temporarily stationed in Inners to help deal with matters related to Gray Space entities. This is the Executor and Shirley from Asperia. Hopefully we can share the burden on your shoulders as your reinforcements.
Meroria is a long way from Inners. Thank you, everyone. Please rest for a while.
I don't need to rest. Reminisce with me.
How have you been? It's always about work with you. You should come see me more in your free time, too.
Later. I'll stop by if I have time.
Then it's settled? Remember to bring Ruby with you. I want to give my birthday present to her myself, even though it will be a little late. There's a lot we have to do to ensure that the children have a carefree childhood.
Right.
Is there something you wanted to say?
Shirley, please put up a temporary barrier to block communications. Rubilia has awakened.
Rubilia? Is she still well?
It's hard to explain briefly, but she is still under the influence of the Gray Space entity. She told us that a type of Gray Space entity called the Hive Mother is watching Inners closely. Perhaps the Gray Space entities that are active in Inners are related to this.
Is the Hive Mother the chief of the Gray Space entities?
We don't have more accurate information on this for the time being. Fiona, Maybe you've also noticed it was no accident that Inners had lost contact with Meroria this time.
Avoiding the well-defended Meroria and Inners, the gray space entities intentionally attacked our weak spot to efficiently cut off the connection between the two cities and prevent them from supporting each other.
Perhaps this situation is what the Hive Mother wants. After all, Inners would become an isolated island after its requests for reinforcements from Meroria were cut off. Other than the Hive Mother, there's one more thing you need to be wary of, Fiona. When we investigated Outpost 10, we discovered a parasitic type of gray space entity. We're calling them disguisers for now. Disguisers have the ability to parasitize humans, making its host a puppet under control. And it's difficult for us to identify hosts with our current technology. They look the same as ordinary people.
That means everyone in Inners could be the eyes and ears of the gray space entities.
I'll keep my guard up against all personnel of Inners. Even you.
You truly haven't changed. I understand. This intel confirms some of my previous suspicions. According to the feedback from the Mook Squad, there have been changes in the behavioral patterns of some gray space entities. Their operations have become more purposeful, and they seem to be deliberately misleading us.
Are those creatures misleading us to disguise their true motives?
I arranged for the Mook Squad to go to the tunnel as reinforcements this time because...
Madam Fiona, Madam Lin, I'm sorry for interrupting your conversation. There's an emergency. Ms. Shiro sent a reply a few minutes ago, saying that her hydrological detection device captured abnormal information again. But the communication between Inners and Ms. Shiro was soon interrupted. We also noticed that the signals of gray space entities are getting stronger in her vicinity.
Leave this to me.
Please go to Shiro and provide support. Improve the security level of the nearby waters and remind the residents not to approach dangerous areas. I'll leave this to you, Roy.
Understood.
Miss Lin, Inners might be inhabited by those parasitic gray space entities as well. Would Archon Fiona be in danger if we all go to support Miss Shiro?
Don't worry. She's not as easy to get along with as she looks. Let's focus on reinforcing the Mook Squad first. It looks like the gray space entities hiding in Inners haven't done too much yet. That could just be the calm before the storm, though.
Hopefully we won't be too late to help. We're getting close now. Be on your guard. There's an abnormally strong spatial fluctuation ahead.
The darkness here is just like what was discovered before. Looks like we're at the right place.
You are...
Hi everyone! We're messengers from Domain 9. I'm Lon, and he is Conroe.
Domain 9? What's that? Was there such a place on Ida? My database has no relevant information.
Ms. Shiro, maybe you know something?
Oh, then you are aliens.
Where are we?
Vera is under the jurisdiction of Hykros' District 7, the Domain 9 you mentioned.
We're from an area where time and space are sealed off. The outside world can't verify our existence due to the time-space barrier. We followed the abyss current opened by the darkness here and met your group. But it looks like this place is also plagued by darkness.
The darkness? Are you referring to this group of gray space entities?
Gray space entities. Sounds like a tongue twister. Those guys are a lot of trouble for us, too.
Why are the gray space entities going to the closed-off Domain 9?
How should I address you, miss?
I'm Lynn.
Miss Lynn, we've come to convey important information about this. But this place seems to be...
Please, wait. Executor, Miss Shirley, please follow me.
Miss Lynn, are you worried about the two visitors from Domain 9?
Our understanding of Domain 9 is limited to Ms. Land's brief introduction just now. This alone isn't enough to make a decision. But it seems like they have a lot of information that we don't know, which might be related to the gray space entities on the island. We'll return to Inners first. During this time, I hope you can also investigate the waters around Inners. The number of gray space entities we just witnessed far exceeds my expectations. Where do they come from? We still have no clue about this.
Maybe gray space entities are constantly entering Inners from another spatial rift around here.
That's entirely possible. Either way, we must not ignore these potential risks.
Leave this to Shirley and me.
Yeah. As for your important intelligence, please come with me to discuss it with the person in charge here.
Let's go now so we don't waste any time. Conroe, what about you?
Although the abyss current has calmed down, the darkness may still be attracted. I'll deal with it here.
Mr. Icarus, please help Mr. Conroe deal with the trouble here. Contact us at any time if anything unusual happens.
Understood.
Domain 9. Shirley, have you heard of that?
I haven't. The heirs of Ida don't have any records of it either.
It seems like gray space entities have wreaked havoc on their homeland, too.
Like Vera, we have a common goal then.
Yes. Hopefully we can resolve this smoothly.
This is strange. I can't detect what's going on inside the cave at all. Is it possible that the signals in this area have been affected? I think Miss Lin mentioned that the Marsoid ore at the bottom of the sea can interfere with signal transmission. Then those patrol droids were definitely responsible for detecting abnormalities in the signal dead zone. Let's go and take a look inside these caves. This is a lair built by hatchers. What a headache. Inner seems to be in a more dangerous situation than I thought. Maybe it's the same in other caves. This must be one of the places which the gray space entities come from. This group of gray space entities is hiding in a blind spot where their signals can't be detected. Is it a coincidence, or did someone instruct them to do this? Not only that, the patrol droids nearby haven't sent any warnings to Inners either. Or they may have, but the warnings were cut off by the interference, just like the detection signal. You mean that there are disguisers and Inners participating in the conspiracy? We need more clues before we can reach a conclusion. Yes, we'd better do some research first. Go to Miss Wan Ling to learn more detailed information about these patrol droids first. What should we do with these gray space eggs? Destroy them now? It's unclear exactly how many gray space entities are hidden here right now. It's best not to do anything rash. Then let's go back to Inners for now. Let's tidy it up. Miss Wanling, we found traces of gray space entity activity in the waters around Inners.
The nearby waters? Perhaps you've discovered a blind spot in our daily inspections. Could you please provide the detailed location data?
The lair of the gray space entities is inside the Marsoid ore cave in the waters around Inners.
Isn't that under the patrol droid supervision? We never received any relevant feedback.
Because of this, we want to confirm the specific patrol and defense details of Inners.
I'll check the relevant records.
Don't leak this confidential information to unrelated persons. I've got it, and we'll look into it right away.
Madam Fiona told me earlier that I must fully cooperate with both of you. I'll tell you everything you want to know.
Since this is Madam Fiona's order, I'll fully cooperate.
Mr. Lucius, a captain of the security force, is in charge of deploying patrol forces in the waters around Inners.
In addition to performing routine inspections of the waters around Inners, the patrol droids will repeatedly survey some key areas based on the feedback from the Mook Squad. Lucius adjusts the patrol droid's inspection route every week according to the Mook Squad's findings. Only he, myself, and Madame Fiona know the specific arrangements.
However, he's been on sick leave for the past 2 weeks, so Roy and I have taken the duty of arranging the routes. We completed the handover not long ago. Madam Fiona, we've lost contact with Mook Squad.
Where did things go wrong?
I understand. Thank you.